you over, you just can't breathe.
Do you feel your bones start to shake? Do you feel the earthquake? Do you feel your bones start to shake? Do you feel the earthquake? Do you feel your bones start to shake? Do you feel the earthquake? Do you feel your bones start to shake?
What's up, guys? Aaron Benjamin here for another video. As usual, I'm here with my good friend Ty. Before any comments, I'm sorry we're wearing the same color gi. We didn't plan this very well, but I haven't made a video in a while and I had to film. The reason I haven't made a video in a little bit is because I actually hurt my knee in a competition. I ended up getting second place in the open weight division of the brown belt absolute. Grappling Industries, I don't really know. It was just in Boston, but it was good. I won my first two matches pretty dominantly. In the finals, I made a mistake, and the guy capitalized, got a knee bar. I tried to turn out, hurt my knee a little bit, but I'll be fine soon. But a lot of people actually requested that I make a half guard passing segment because of that tournament. I put a match breakdown, I'll link it in the description, on one of my matches. I weighed in at 143.4, and my opponent was around 209 if I'm not mistaken. And he was a really good half guard player, and I was able to beat him 6-2 and nullify a lot of the stuff that he was trying to do from half guard. And a lot of people were commenting on the fact that I was able to nullify his underhook. So we're going to get there, but before we get to nullifying the underhook and all the things that I'm going to be putting in this segment specifically, I just want to talk about a basic half guard pass. So today we're going to look at half guard passing 101 with some advanced concepts and some advanced details that I like to implement and utilize. So you guys may be familiar with these specific passes, but I'm going to try to show you guys the way that I do it and how you can also learn and implement different things while passing half guard. For example, half guard passing is a great place to learn how to leg pummel. So to learn how to use your lower body while maintaining control of their upper body. So without further ado, I'll stop talking and let's get into it. So, half guard passing 101. If he has me in half guard, what do I have to do? Typically, like the 101 basic passes are I need to attain an underhook. On which side do I attain an underhook? Because for my beginners that are watching, a lot of us make this mistake. I want to attain an underhook on the side of my leg that's trapped. So for example, in this instance, my right leg is in half guard, so I want to attain an underhook with my right hand. But what is the purpose and functionality of an underhook serving? I'm trying to flatten my opponent. I'd like to keep his shoulder down, right? So let's scoot a little bit more this way. So I'd like to keep my opponent's shoulder down. That's why I'm using an underhook, right? If I get the underhook, I can typically keep his shoulder down. What I don't want is for him to get an underhook and get onto his side, right? I need to prevent this because this is bad. This is called an underhook get up, and it's pretty much the start of almost every half guard sweep. So the first fight that we always have, the little battle, is to attain the underhook. I like to keep my underhook high, and sometimes I grab the back of his gi. Sometimes I just keep it tight, and you can reinforce it and use it in no gi. Now, what's the second thing that we do with basic half guard passing? Typically, it's going to be for our other hand to get a crossface. Now, this isn't my favorite method of passing half guard, but it's been shown throughout competition history that it's one of the best ways to pass the guard in general. So this would be our position. Crossface on the side of the leg that's free, underhook on the side of the leg that's trapped. But what is the purpose and functionality of the crossface? The crossface is to basically make him look the other way so he doesn't have the ability to turn into me. Some people refer to it as misaligning the spine. So I want to make his head look this way, right? So that he can't turn into me. Because again, what am I trying to prevent? I'm trying to prevent the underhook and he gets on his side. He can't get on his side if his head is turning this way. It's going to be much weaker. So my crossface, my shoulder pressure, is going to allow me to keep him looking away from me, and therefore he will not be able to turn into me. So with the combination of the underhook and the crossface, I can do a lot of damage. As you get more and more higher in your level, it becomes more difficult to attain an underhook against a good guy. And we supplement the underhook, right? Sometimes we use just the lapel, right? Sometimes we can grab the pants here and keep tight as long as we prevent him from getting an underhook. But the idea remains the same, right? We want to keep him from getting up on his side, right? A lot of people use the sleeve and the collar to pass because if I have his sleeve, what am I doing? What's the purpose of a sleeve? He tries to get on his side. If I hold his sleeve, he can never get up to his elbow. I let go of his sleeve, he gets up to his elbow, right? So these are the concepts that we're trying to implement. And that's the easiest way to beat the half guard. So starting with our basic 101, I get the underhook and I get the crossface. Right? Let's go a little bit closer. So underhook, crossface, right? So once I get the crossface, what do I have to do? What's my goal to pass the half guard? My leg is trapped, my right leg, and he's trapped above my knee line. So the first step, once I attain the underhook and the crossface, is to clear my knee line. Because if I don't clear my knee line, I'll never be able to pass. That's going to be the first thing that's going to give me mobility to move my hips and to move freely over my opponent. So I get the underhook and the crossface. I put shoulder pressure on my opponent, and I'm chest to chest, right? I typically don't like to stay on both my knees, right? As soon as I get the underhook and the crossface, I typically switch my base. So what did I do there? Here I'm on both my knees. I'm going to switch, and now I'm on my left hip, right? This gives me more base. And this allows me to put pressure into my opponent. Let's turn completely. So I have the underhook and the crossface, and I switch my base. Right? Always, I'm for the purpose of demonstration, I have my head up and I'm looking at the camera, but always keeping my head low. If your head's up like this and he starts to frame, he's gonna get out. So keeping the head low, right? Now, what do? When I switched my base, my right knee came off the mat. So again, I was here. Now I'm here. Now look what I do. I walk my knee up so that I can clear it. If his legs stay above my knee line, right, because he knows what he's doing, I walk my knee up, 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 and then look, I'm going to switch. I'm going to come onto my toes, and I'm going to shake my knee free, like so. But simultaneously, as I come onto my toes, it's imperative that I push his head this way. So you can do so by putting your head low and even touching your forehead on the mat, like this. What is that doing? I'm forcing him to look this way. It makes it much more difficult for him to maintain control of my knee. So again, I'm here. I force him here. Guys, my left knee is still glued here, right? I'm not like this, open so he can frame my hip. I'm here. And then I come up, and my knee comes out. Guys, when my knee comes out, here I would like your forehead on the mat. I'm going to try a few things. My first option is the knee slice. So my right knee comes down to the mat on Ty's right side. Right? All the while, maintaining this pressure, guys. Making sure he's looking this way, keeping my grip tight. My grip is a gable grip. No thumbs. Right? And now look, guys. My left leg, if he's keeping my ankle here, is going to find his top leg. But I don't want to telegraph, right? I don't want to be here searching for his top leg because then he can clamp both my legs and then I have issues. Right? So I'm here with a good base. My left leg is kickstanding for base. I'm going to find his top leg. I'm going to give it one kick, one donkey kick, and free my leg. Just like this. Now look what I do. My knee pushes down, and I get to a side control. The whole time maintaining this upper body control. So again, I was in half guard. Phase 1. Get the underhook and the crossface. Right? Now we switch our base. Now we walk our leg up, 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 up. If our knee comes free, beautiful. If he keeps his leg high, we're going to climb up and we're going to push our weight and chest forward. I'm going to drive through Ty, up. My forehead's going to come to the mat like this. Left leg is still here by his hip. Very important. My left leg is still here by his hip. Turn and get the knee out. Immediately slice. Now look, I kick his top leg. That's option number 1. Okay, option number 2. Let's say we get our knee out here. Now look what I'm going to do. Rather than slice, I'm going to drive forward all my weight, smothering Ty, and I'm going to bring both my knees to the mat again. Like this. Guys, subtle detail as you do this, keep your heel clamped tight and make like a hook so that you carry his hip with you. Okay, once I get here, guys, forehead to the mat, everything on his face. I come up, windshield wiper my left leg in. And guys, one of the best tips I ever got here was rather than try to open, so rather than try to push my pressure with my left leg to the side, I push down. I push down with my left leg as I slide up with my shoulder pressure. You have more force with a downward movement than you do opening it to the side. So for example, like this. I'm here. This leg pushes down, not open, not like this. So I'm here, push down, 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 and now here's where you can learn to leg pummel. I can pummel here, right? I can pummel to mount, right? Once I get my leg out here like this, I can pummel here and slide this knee up, which I did in my tournament a lot last weekend. Whatever you prefer, whatever feels more comfortable. But it's a good way to learn how to move your lower body out of the way of guard. So one more time, switching the angle here. So let's turn this way. So I get the underhook and the crossface, right? I switch my hip, walk, 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 right? If I don't get my leg out, look, here I come up, get my knee out, come down. Guys, if he clamps your ankle really tight, look, I can push and come to here. So there's a lot of ways to get out. Option number 1 is the knee slice. Option number 2, we force the 3/4 mount. We keep that pressure pushing forward, making sure to maintain control of his head, making sure to maintain our underhook, and we push our foot down, not open. We can even get the ball of our toes on the top of his knee and push down as hard as possible. And these are very good passes because you can go from one to the other. So for example, one more time, let's just come back this way a little. Let's say I get the underhook and the crossface. I switch my hip, I come here, I knee slide. Here I'm trying to knee slide, I try to kick, I can't kick. Well, now look what I do, guys. I come forward and I come here. Now I come through, push down, and pummel. So you have a lot of different options. I'm sorry guys, I'm a little limited on my mobility still because of my knee. And I picked a terrible technique to do because it's actually an MCL sprain. But you guys get the point, right? We want to go side to side, knee slide, then back to 3/4 mount, back to knee slide, all the while maintaining the pressure. If you keep that pressure, it's going to really wear your opponent out. And eventually they might just open their guard. They might open their guard to try to bridge. They might open their guard to try to sweep. But it's in that moment that you take advantage and you pass. And if you know how to leg pummel, to knee on belly, to mount, and move side to side, you're going to be extremely mobile and you're going to be extremely hard to move. So that's my long-winded explanation of a very basic half guard pass. So thanks so much for watching, guys. We've hit well over 1,000 subscribers now. So if you like the content, let's keep it coming. Please like and subscribe. Always, guys.
Do